And this is why you're uncomfortable.
All of my life I've seen visions, coming attractions. Knew I could do more, so further, different perception. But a faulty belief system was my distraction, surrounded by things that did not support my vision. I can see beyond what I'm looking at, have the courage to focus till it manifests. Done with things that hold me back, 'cause I'm an attractive thinker. I can see beyond what I'm looking at, have the courage to focus till it manifests. Done with things that hold me back, 'cause I'm an attractive thinker.
Great day, attractive thinker, and welcome back to another episode of the From Birthing Babies to Birthing Dreams podcast. Dr. Toni Hatton here, your mindset coach at theattractivethinker.guru, where we provide mental tools for mental healing, mental strength, and mindset maintenance for first-generation entrepreneurs who desire to write their books and launch their business ideas. You may be at a space right now in your life whereas you're beginning to feel uncomfortable around the same things that used to bring you joy. You may begin to feel uncomfortable having the same conversations that you used to engage in, or you may be feeling uncomfortable attending the same events that you used to eagerly block off on your calendar. You may even find yourself walking throughout your day with a feeling of uneasiness. You're not sure where this uneasiness is coming from, but you feel it and you're carrying it. And all of a sudden, it got your attention. Sometimes we can walk throughout our day carrying an energy, a feeling, a weight, and not know it until we pause and pay attention to how we feel. When we're not sure of why we feel uncomfortable, it can be easy to take it personal, feeling as though something is wrong with us. What if there is nothing wrong with you? What if you're outgrowing the spaces that used to bring you comfort? What if they can no longer fit, no longer serve you, no longer inspire and nurture you because you've outgrown them? You've elevated and you're not aware that you've grown. What if the same old conversations don't pique your interest or stimulate you anymore because you've grown? What if you're uncomfortable because where you are doesn't have the capacity or the space or the room for you to expand your ideas, your dreams, and your desires? Could it be that you're uncomfortable because you're about to give birth to something? Could it be that you're uncomfortable because it's time to elevate and get to the next stage in your journey? What if you're about to give birth to that book that you've been talking about for years? What if it's time for that business idea to come to fruition? Just like a woman about to give birth to a baby, an entrepreneur feels discomfort when giving birth to books and business ideas. That discomfort is not a sign to pull back. It's a sign to check in with your heart and your desires. It's a sign to check in with you and see how connected you are to your dreams, ideas, and desires. See how much progress you've made. See what needs to shift, what you need to tweak, what you need to do more of, what action you need to take. And what else your heart is saying that needs your attention right now. Just like pain, discomfort is a sign that something needs to be addressed. When the proper perspective of discomfort is not understood, the focus can turn inward and you begin to try and change you and try and change things about you, how you talk, how you walk, how you look. When the discomfort is not about anything external, it calls for an internal assessment. This is the perfect time to sit down and assess how you are feeling and why you are feeling the way that you're feeling, and if you're still on the path to your goals. Sometimes as a first generation entrepreneur, we get stuck in tweaking and perfecting and tweaking and perfecting because we're not sure of the product and service that we're offering and the value that it brings. So we keep tweaking and tweaking, and we get to a space in our entrepreneurial journey where as we're feeling extremely uncomfortable and we're not recognizing that discomfort could be an indication that you've done enough, it's time to release it. Discomfort can also show up when we refuse to move to the next level, when we refuse to put our hands to the dream, idea, and desire and take action, when we're afraid or when we procrastinate. We get uncomfortable because we're in a space that we have not just outgrown, but we can't function there. We can't get inspiration there. And this is why you're uncomfortable. Maybe you're treating your gifts, your dreams, your visions, your ideas, your goals like hobbies. Maybe you're addressing them haphazardly instead of intentionally. The discomfort can show up in many ways, trying to get your attention. One of the biggest ways to initiate discomfort is when we choose to settle. One would only choose to settle when they don't believe fully that they can have what they truly want. And this is why you're uncomfortable. What do you really want? Have you taken the time to sit down and honor your heart and find out what your heart wants? What do you really want? The discomfort is an indication that something needs to be addressed. Think about this for a moment. When one settles, they're actually settling for something that they cannot identify with. Because what you really wanted it because you can identify with it. And when one settles, you're settling for something that you can't identify with, which causes a disconnection. And now not only do you feel uncomfortable, you feel disconnected from everything that you do. You're taking action, but your heart isn't fully in it. Because you settled. You're attending the event, but your heart isn't really in it. You made the purchase, but your heart isn't really in it because you really wanted something else. Discomfort can also look like overdoing in certain areas. And the overdoing is trying to compensate or trying to avoid and get away from the feeling of discomfort. The feeling that you're not comfortable where you are, the feeling that you just can't shake and you don't understand and you don't know why you feel this way. Overdoing things and overcompensating could also be a way of trying to avoid the feeling of discomfort. And this is why you're uncomfortable. There could be some misalignment going on, and it calls for an attractive thinker assessment. It's a beautiful time. See, as an attractive thinker, we don't view common experiences as normal or average. This is not normal for us. It's not normal for us to feel uncomfortable. We know that we are either out of alignment, off course, need to pull back, need to take a break, need to shift our perception, need to ask for support, need to reach out for suggestions when we feel discomfort. Too often it can become normal to override the discomfort, to ignore the discomfort, to push it off to the back burner, to step over top of the discomfort and keep going along with our normal routine as if we're okay, as if we're not feeling what we're feeling. And this is why you're uncomfortable. To deepen your experience with this message, read page 446 in the Attractive Thinker book. And remember to have your Attractive Thinker notebook handy to capture the inspiration, the answers, the solutions that are coming up for you as you read this chapter. If you don't already have your copy of the Attractive Thinker book, grab your copy on Amazon today. This is our foundational resource that we use for mental healing, mental strength, and mindset maintenance on our entrepreneurial journey and creating anything new. Feel free to leave us a review and let us know what topics you would like to hear discussed in an attractive thinker way. Attractive thinker, remember, how you feel matters. And if you're uncomfortable, it's time for an attractive thinker assessment. Take some time to sit with yourself, honor yourself, love on yourself, ask yourself important questions, and journal the answers that come up for you in your attractive thinker notebook. You'd be surprised at where the discomfort is coming from. Always remember that you're fantastic and amazing. There is nothing wrong with you. You're not broken and you don't need to be fixed. Once you take the time to assess and make the necessary shifts, that discomfort can be transformed into momentum and used to help you to reach your goals. Attractive thinker, my life's work, that is always to make your life better. Remember, it is not what you're going through. It's how you're viewing it. Think attractively, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Now the choices I made, authenticity, integrity, purpose.